It's Crossroads Yamaha Suzuki Polaris, and it's only in Albemarle. So guess what? We've unloaded the Rmax Wolverine here. We did get it built. Carlos got it built this week. One thing that we did notice is the seats are a little bit more upright. So if you are comparing this to other brands, these seats do sit up a little more. It's not that it's detrimental. The material and the quality of the seat is unmatched. So that, and we've just ridden it around basically the shop, and that's about it. So we're going to give it the full test this weekend, and we'll keep you posted as we go through the test. So here it is, the 2021 Rmax 1000 by Yamaha. This is the XTR model. It's only Crossroads Yamaha Suzuki Polaris, and it's only in Albemarle. Alright guys, here we are. It's the 2021 Wolverine Rmax. So we just went through the trail really quick just to feel it. Felt a little top heavy at first. Went down the trail. It's pretty slick, as you can see. It's rained and it's really muddy. So as you can see, the conditions are really wet, but it handles really good. The carnivores are really hooking up, and it's really drifting good. It doesn't feel like it's top heavy or there's any weight to the top of the machine. So far so good. We switched to trail and crawling mode. We're going to test those out. We'll be back at you, okay? So here's the scenario here. We're in the crawl mode. We're in low. About 5,600 RPMs is what I'm thinking about. We just did a low hill crawl. It's very wet. The ground conditions here are very slimy. So the ground is really, really slick and soft. We got a 6-seater Polaris Ranger in front of us that's loaded down with 6 adults that couldn't make the hill. We put a winch on it, got them up the hill, but that's a heavy vehicle. It's not really in comparison, but we're just showing you a couple things here. We're about 200 degrees. Outside temperature here right now is probably somewhere around 50 degrees, 53 degrees. So you can see the machine is performing flawlessly so far. And the more I drive it and the more time I spend in the cockpit here, the more I'm getting impressed with it. So stay tuned. We got some more videos coming your way. Delivering us some goods here. We've been through just a couple little quick tests, and so far so good. Plenty of power. I got plenty of pedal left, and we're testing low, high, 4-wheel drive, trail mode, and hill climb, and seeming to be pretty good right now. So we'll let you know more in the future. All right, guys, here we go. We've done a few little tests, no helmet. So we don't want you to think we're not thinking of safety first. We do have our helmets on. We're going to do a little bit more fast pace, do a few little trail maneuvers here and let you see how really smooth and this thing just soaks up the bump. So we're going to show you a couple of things out here in the field, and then we'll go in the woods and show you a couple more passes, okay? Uphill, as you can see in the video. The suspension on this thing is unmatched. I mean, we've had a YXZ straight drive SS model up here doing some testing. We also had the Pro XP doing some testing. This is one of the smoothest machines. Everybody that's been in this test has said it's just super, super smooth. The Fox shocks soak up everything. I'm talking about if you launch it, if you jump it, if you push it down and suppress the suspension, it's just flawless. This Yamaha is becoming one of my favorite side-by-sides the more and more I sit here in this seat. Alright, so before we get started here, most of these 64-inch machines, it's going to be tight, twisty. I mean, the 64-inch machines I don't think are good for this, so let's be honest, let's be fair. Hadn't spent much time in the General XP, but this would be where you'd want to see a General XP perform against this machine. I don't think it a 64 or definitely not a 72, because this is a tight turn course, and we'll kind of just show you going through the woods like you would be going on the average, you know, trail at Hatfield McCoy or Outlaw Trail. So this will give you kind of a tighter trail situation. You see how flawless this suspension is. This machine here, that's about 33 miles an hour through there. So you're looking at some of the average trail speeds that most people run. 33 miles an hour, plenty of pedal, plenty of fun, tight, twisty, just back and forth, trees on both sides, really exhilarating ride. And the suspension is so soft, so smooth, and it's agile at the same time. It doesn't get out of control. It doesn't feel top heavy, doesn't feel rolly. I never feel the tires coming up. And even when I, you know, launch it a little bit, the suspension, we compress the suspension, and when it comes back, it's totally stable. So you guys that know, and you compress down and then you start off again, you can be a little bit out of shape, especially the harder you're pushing the machine. But this machine is actually just as solid when you take off from that compressing the suspension and then back up. It's just as smooth going back up as it was coming down. So it's really amazing machine. Got a little tight turn here. We're going to make a right hand 90 degrees, so that's tough for any machine. See, when we drop in the hill, the suspension comes down. Alright guys, it's Crossroads Yamaha Suzuki Polaris, and we just do a quick one-day recap. Rmax XTR 2021 Yamaha 1000. At first it started off, you know, we was questioning a few things. The cage was off. We rode it around the parking lot. I told you about it. Top heaviness, we thought. And we was just unsure about a couple things. After we put it all together and got in it, started testing it, the more and more I drive it and the more and more I test different things on the unit, it's very balanced. It's very well, the power to weight ratio is just almost perfect. It's not a powerhouse. It's not a 1000 turbo. It's not a YXZ, but by far it's got plenty of power to do what you guys want to do on the trail. So we did some wet condition trails because obviously it rained. We showed you some of that. We did some hill climbing, we did some articulating, and then we did some just circles and figure eights in a field to see where the balancing was. And then we pitched it down a hill or a cliff or in a ditch, whatever you want to call it, to see if we could get, you know, the rollover effect or get the rear wheel to come up. Very solid. If the wheel came up, it was only an inch or so. This thing will crawl. It will trail ride very well. It's got enough power to do anything you want. It is very, very smooth. The suspension sucks up every bump. Obviously, this one has the Fox shock, so this is a better grade model than, you know, just a basic Rmax that you would buy. But I'm telling you, I think the more seat time you get in one of these machines, the more you're going to fall in love with it. Number one, it's Yamaha quality, which is unmatched. That has been proven since day one. Number two, Yamaha is starting to realize some of the feedback from consumers, and this is what you get. This is a result. Are we there yet? We're not 100%, but this is proven that Yamaha can do the job, and this is the start of it. This is an automatic 1000 Rmax XTR 2021. This review is only by Crossroads Yamaha Suzuki Polaris, and it's only an album art. We want to see some more from Yamaha like this, and I think they're on the right track this time.